What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on first take, they're going to be talking about whether or not college athletes should be paid. So let's see what they have to say about this.
Is it time to pay the college athletes?
Well, it's been time to do that for a long time. I mean, for years and years. I think the issue that we're seeing before us now is one of exploitation of the athlete. And the NCAA will say that they exist to keep the athlete from being exploited. But just look at the relationship that the universities have with these shoe companies, where the shoe companies are paying them 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars to use the players as unpaid billboards. That's what they are. That money is being paid to the universities to put the product on the players, and really for no other reason. So should the players be compensated for that? Absolutely they should be. This is a multi-billion-dollar business, and the players are the only ones that don't have economic rights. Everyone else except the players is allowed their fair market value, and the fact that the players aren't, I think, is a travesty. But that doesn't make, if there were rules broken here, that doesn't make that right. That's still wrong under the current system. But should the current system change? It should have changed decades ago.
So this is nothing new. Everybody already knows that college athletes should be paid, especially the top college athletes. I mean, they're bringing millions of dollars for companies and millions of dollars for the schools. So, of course, they should be paid. So I don't think that's the question, the point in this video or the situation with Zion Williamson. I think the problem is, or the issue is, did his mother or one of his family members or Zion take money from Nike to go to Duke? Or did it just take money from Nike, period? I think that's the question. So let's keep going.
I've been Max, let me go ahead first. Jay Billis, I've been on record on many occasions. I'm an unapologetic capitalist, and I believe that everybody, it's not about a player being compensated. It's just that I don't think all players should be compensated the same. If you're starring at Duke, chances are you should get paid more than a player at North Dakota. That's basically me. That's how I think about it.
Well, that is true. That does make sense. But, like, that's another problem with paying college athletes. It's like, where do you draw the line? So I thought the across the board, everything was supposed to be even pretty much in college, how you treat college athletes or college players. So if one player brings in $100 million to the school, another player brings in $50,000, how would you differentiate how you pay them? Is it by percentage? Is it subjective? Does it even itself out, even though, someone's bringing a lot more? The fact is that they're bringing in money. Should they get a percentage, just 10% or 5% or what? That's another problem. So I don't know. Let's keep going.
But I wanted to ask you about Zion specifically as it pertains to whatever payment his mother was allegedly received from Nike. Duke is a private institution. There have been people associated with AAUs texting me and talking to me about how he could have been a preferred walk-on, and as a result, might not have accepted the scholarship, which would have made it legit or legal for him or his family to receive something from Nike. I can't imagine that to be the case, but rather than speak about it, I couldn't wait for you to come on to just educate us about what those rules are and what rules would potentially be broken in a situation like this.
So I seriously doubt that Zion and his mother and Duke found some type of little sneaky way to get around the system. I can't imagine that they found a way to get around the NCAA. I can imagine they found a way to get around from even just haters from other schools that want to see Duke fail or Zion fail, like UNC, Kentucky, Kansas, all the schools that either he was supposed to go to, they couldn't get him, or he beat up during the regular season. I can't imagine them getting around that because everybody's watching him. Everybody's watching Duke. Everybody's watching Zion, the number one player. Everybody's waiting to see if from out of nowhere, he pops up and he's living in a mansion now. From out of nowhere, now his mom's driving a Bentley or Ferrari. Everybody's watching, all eyes on him. So for them to do something that stupid, that blatant, that open, I just can't see that happening. I can't see his mom being that stupid. Because she has to know, all you have to do is wait one more year and he's gonna be getting millions. So I can't see her being that stupid. So let's just keep going.
Yeah, Stephen A., the NCAA's amateurism rules have no distinction between a player that gets a scholarship and a player that does not. So the idea that you could be a walk-on or a preferred walk-on, which is essentially just a recruited walk-on, and you don't take scholarship money, therefore you can take money in other areas, that's just not so.
So I think that also might cause a problem for the youngest ball boy. What's his name? LaMelo? I think that might be a problem with LaMelo and his college eligibility because of how he played amateur ball or professional ball overseas, and this is the style of play he's been doing, the level of play he's been doing outside of high school and before college. That might have ruined his college eligibility. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but that's got to be a problem somewhere with LaMelo Ball. So let's keep going.
Every player is the same. Once you're an athlete, you are under the same amateurism restrictions, and that's what they are, restrictions. So the real issue here is, in this specific allegation, did Zion Williamson's mother take money as a consultant for Nike? Now, if she was a legit consultant for Nike, that may completely be legal underneath or under the rules. But to me, it's an easy question. Did Nike pay money as a consultant to Zion Williamson's mother? And then if that's the answer is yes, then that would have to be justified as being a legit service that was provided. Right now, and this has been going on for years, shoe companies have been sponsoring AAU programs, paying money to AAU programs and sponsorship. And then those AAU programs pay out money to coaches, they pay expenses and the like. So there's a lot of money flowing through the system. To me, it's not that hard. The answer, Duke should have this answer really quickly. And I'll give you a reason why. When Zion Williamson blew his shoe out, Nike had people on a plane the next day to get down to Duke to fix the situation. They were on a plane then to China to make sure that he had the proper shoes going forward. They can tell pretty quickly whether a transaction was made and say, here's why the transaction was made, because they have a contractual relationship with Duke. And so this should be easy to clear up. In fact, it should be cleared up by now.
Yeah, and again, I can't see that Duke is going to get away with something so blatant, so open, when all eyes are on Duke and on Zion Williamson for his mom to take money. I mean, she, like I said, she has to know. I mean, this kind of reminds me of the that movie called Blue Chips with Shaquille O'Neal, Nick Nolte, and Penny Hardaway. I just can't imagine them taking that money. Now, she has to know he was NBA ready coming out of high school. And she has to know that all he has to do is 1 year and then he can go play in the NBA. And I don't think Zion was living in, he's living in the hood or he's living in the ghetto to where he's got 10, 15 brothers and sisters and they're all living in a tent in the middle of the forest somewhere. I don't think they were so hard up for money that his mom couldn't wait 1 more year to get NBA type of money. I don't think he was living like that. I just don't see it. So I don't think that she would take that type of risk and ruin things and take money and ruin everything when all she had to do is wait 1 year for him to get to the NBA. I just can't see it happening. I just can't see it. So let's keep going.
Jay, there's a line from the Bogart movie Casablanca. I'm shocked to discover gambling is going on here. You're winning, sir. Oh, thank you very much. I mean, that's basically my reaction to all this. But you're right, we're a nation of laws, and if a rule is broken, they have to look into it, etc. What it seems to me, and there's been no better expositor of this idea than you. If I were the NCAA, I'd be like, oh my God, we have a Jay Billis problem. Like, this guy won't stop because you have relentlessly articulated this position so well. But it seems to me that what's especially insidious about the arrangement is not merely that, hey, they have basically low cost or free labor, so they want to continue that system. It's not just about the labor cost. It's about the veneer of amateurism that's important to the NCAA. The reason that they care about cream cheese on a bagel is not just, we don't want to pay the players. They don't want the payers to get paid, period, because part of the allure of the product is the veneer of amateurism. So that seems like...
So I have to disagree with you on that one, Max. I don't think it's the veneer of amateurism is why they're not paying these top-notch athletes in college. They're doing it because of greed, because they want money. If I can make $100 million and not pay anybody, not pay an employee to work for me, you think I'm going to really pay them money? No. Do you think these schools or these companies want to pay these guys money and they're making money off of them? No. Now, should they pay these guys $1 million or a couple $1 million off of the $100 million they make off of them? Yes, they should. But that would just be bad business. That's just bad business. If I can make $100 million off you and I don't have to pay you, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep the money. That's just smart business. It looks bad. It sounds bad. It's not cool. It's exploitation. But that's just the way it is at this point in time. It needs to be changed. It needs to be changed. So I don't know. Let's keep going.
Irreconcilable difference here. What can be done about that?
Well, I feel like the justification for amateurism by saying that, well, if we allowed the players to be paid or allowed them to make money off their name and likeness in the marketplace, the product would be less popular to the public and we wouldn't make as much money off the product. That's really a lame justification for.
That's a weak justification and a lame one, too, at the same time. So what they think college football or college basketball is somehow going to be dampened or nobody's going to show up or watch because the players are now being played? There's just no way. College football is not going anywhere. Those tailgaters aren't going anywhere. College basketball is not going anywhere. College baseball, all these NCAA sports, they're not going to go anywhere if these guys are paid. Now, what might change is I think everything will be bumped down. So how it is in college now, a player is asking to get paid because they're top-notch players and you have to wait to get to the NBA. I think everything's going to be bumped down. So if people start getting paid in college, then now high school is going to be the main thing that, all you have to do is do good in high school. You just want to get to college. If you can get to college, you can make millions of dollars and be successful. I think that's what will happen. Everything will be bumped down. And then you have people fighting in high school and striving to get to the best schools and all that so they can get to college and make money and then make even more money at the professional level. So other than that, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Or not providing the same economic rights to every athlete that every other person has, including every other student. First of all, I don't think that justification stands up. Coaches are being paid $5, $6, $7, $8 million now, and nobody's turning away from this. We're playing these Final Four games in a 77,000 seat arena, and nobody's turning away from it. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, and more people.
It is. And as far as just being a student athlete and not paying because it's a student and all that, when's the last time you saw 80,000 people show up for a science experiment? When was the last time we saw 100,000 people show up for somebody reading an essay? Nobody cares. People want to see ballers. People want to see touchdowns. People want to see dunking. People want to see all that. No one cares about the academic part of it. As a matter of fact, a lot of these people, a lot of these schools wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for sports and athletes. They wouldn't be anything. Some of these people go to schools, certain schools, because they're known for the athletic achievements, not because of the academic achievements. So let's keep going.
People are watching than ever. So the idea that if the players were allowed to be paid, people would stop watching is not only baseless, it's a lie, and they know it's a lie. To me, this comes down to one thing, and that is the administrators know they're not going to cancel sports if the players get paid. They know they're not going to do that. They're saying they would, but they wouldn't. They know the administrators aren't going to make as much money, and athletic departments aren't going to be as big as the Pentagon, and you're not going to see them.